For the majority of family and friends, COVID-19 has unfortunately brought an end to their travel plans in the near future. The United Nations World Tourism Organization, which tracks tourist data, projects that international tourist arrivals will fall by 20 to 30% in 2020 when compared with 2019 figures. Many countries will slowly open their doors to tourists, but we can certainly anticipate some permanent changes for life as a tourist, namely having to wear a mask in high traffic areas, restrictions to the number of people at a single tourist site, as well as various quarantine measures if one does become sick. I know that this paints quite a dark picture, particularly if you, like me, really enjoy traveling and experiencing various cultures in the world. So if you'll indulge me for the next 5 to 10 minutes, I really want to reminisce some of my adventures before all of COVID-19 had happened. So a bit of context, my cousin recently graduated from his master's in Sydney. This video captures the first 3 days of our journey, where we started in Sydney, Australia, the place where my cousin currently lived. I want to start this travel story 24 hours before our flight to Sydney at my grandparents' place in Xianyang. Alright, it's the morning now. I'm at my grandparents' place. We're leaving tonight to go to Australia, so it's going to be like a quick 24-hour thing, and then we're leaving at midnight. My grandma gets annoyed when I film her. At the very beginning, she was super happy to be in front of the camera. Until I stuck a camera in front of her face every time she was doing anything.
喂，王八蛋，你把我拉上家长，烦不烦？你不用我烦死，我烦他，我烦他，你不用我这种烦他，你不要那个我烦死。
他光录像。
他烦人的，你不要再弄我。
你，
我不弄，你弄我，你弄我就哭了。当然，呀，你说你娃烦，
我有啥烦？
你晓得了。
再给你记录下我好，我就想觉得我好。
So I guess it's not really her fault. I take full responsibility for being incredibly annoying.
我难看，你更难看，我难看。
But it does make really good footage though.
是重。
可是给我这。
你脸太大了，用了没用。
Remember how I said it was really hot in China during this time? I think it was something like 40 degrees, and that's why none of us were wearing that many clothes. The problem is, my grandparents don't like turning on the AC. In my grandparents' place, we have an air conditioner in every single room, including this huge one in the living room, but they never want to turn on the AC for some reason. I never understood that. It was something about how the AC would make it too cold and get you sick, but from my vantage point, it just made you all sweaty, and which made you more likely to get sick, so that never made sense to me. While I do acknowledge that old people can be really wise in various situations, they can also have their idiosyncrasies, like trying to force me to bring clothes that I didn't really want to bring on my trip to Australia.
你到澳大利亚，你有长裤子没有？
有啊。
你看你到澳大利亚，你看你这裤子你穿不穿？
我不穿。
你看我跟
没有，
你说，
不能带那么多。
各种内部员吧。
把我翻了半天，你还都不要。
But let's move on to the start of the adventure, as I head on a flight with my aunt to Sydney. Alright, we're at the international airport, because we're going to Sydney now. Past security, past all of the annoying stuff. Actually, it wasn't that annoying because it's like 11 p.m. And our flight is at like midnight, so we're gonna be here for a little bit. I might like take a little bit of a nap. I'm traveling with my aunt for the first time, so this is what she's doing right now. So we're going to Malaysia as a stopover and chill out there for a couple hours, and then we're going to Sydney, and we're going to be there at Sydney tomorrow in the evening, 7:30. So it's going to be a long day. Boarding now. Hold it tight, just take me for a ride. We safely made it to Malaysia, had some breakfast at the airport lounge, and started heading for our connecting flight. Alright, Malaysia, what the hell? We went to get a bunch of drinks and stuff, we went through security, and we got the drinks afterwards, and there was a second security check. Besides that, up to this point, both of us are still full of energy and excited for the trip that lied ahead. We eventually made it to Sydney. We're here, in Sydney. Alright, Alright, we're here, and we're just gonna wait for my cousin, big brother, to show up. Other than that, it's pretty smooth getting all our baggage and stuff, so hopefully I'll see him soon. 有好几个轮，那儿也有一个。对啊，我才发现我不想跟你说，但是你没有接啊。哦 ，That's him. 你冷吗？你冷吗？ I didn't really pack for the cold weather in Sydney, so he lent me some clothes.
这怎么来的呢？
Alright, so I have this jacket on, but I was really stupid. I didn't leave like long pants in my backpack, so I'm wearing this thing right here. So where we're going is the Central Station, which is right beside Hyde Park. Actually, our place is literally like right over Hyde Park, so we get to see that view in the morning.
Do you mean metaphor? Apparently Australians drive on the left side of the road. I didn't know that.
Now we're heading over to get some food.
哎 ，Tommy， 你看一下这 Tommy 的牌子，它这有卖 Tommy 的。
哎呦。Alright, we're done food for the day. We're probably gonna just go back, go to sleep, and then tomorrow morning figure out what we're gonna do. And that was pretty much it for the first night in Sydney. It was the morning of day 2 in Sydney. We were refreshed with energy, and day 2 gave us an opportunity to really explore our surroundings. It's like 8 a.m. right now in Australia, so it's technically like 6 a.m. in China because of the time difference. Gonna be in Sydney for the next 3 days, well, next 2 days now, and then we're going to Melbourne. We were staying right above Hyde Park, and that's where we decided to head to, first thing in the morning. All the way. We are literally right above the park. Alright, this is right next to our place. This is Hyde Park. Hyde Park is a heritage-listed 40-acre urban park located in the central business district of Sydney and is the oldest public parkland in Australia. Hyde Park contained well-kept gardens and approximately 580 trees. This was a mixture of figs, conifers, palms, and other varieties. It's famed for its magnificent fig tree lined avenues, and we got to walk across those avenues while we went across Hyde Park. The centerpiece of Hyde Park was actually Archibald Fountain, but beyond this fountain, the Memorial Pond, as well as other monuments in Hyde Park, we actually came across a small water fountain that we spent most of our time in Hyde Park with.
There's a nice little water fountain here. 没有，它是把那个地哦。 Little water fountain here.
嘴疙瘩那，哎，这些嘴疙瘩，哎，这个跟我讨厌的很。
我给你录就行，喝吧。那我得蹲下来，要不然永远照不上。
给我照一下。
I think that's what traveling actually provides you. It's hard to predict what you might find within these touristy sites that really lifts your mood. Going through Hyde Park, we went to our first stop of the day, the Art Gallery of New South Wales. The Art Gallery of New South Wales, located in the Domain of Sydney, is the most important public gallery in Sydney, one of the largest in Australia. I mean, I didn't really know too much about the art within the actual gallery, and you can see that through my expansive commentary here. Alright, well, this is some 19th century Australian art. And then we have 19th to 20th century European art, which I feel like the difference is not that big. This is huge. This is me to scale. That's the art piece, that's me. It's huge. We walked around the gallery, admiring all of the huge art pieces, and then once we got tired, we went for coffee downstairs. Now, I don't know about you, but before I came to Australia, I had heard that there were a lot of vicious animals out there in the wild. But we didn't expect a bird to start all of a sudden taking our sugar while we were drinking coffee outside. Yo, that bird is jacking our sugar.
看我喝咖啡的，他把我的糖咬开了，他吃着，我
This
老
bird is
天
jacking
呐，
our sugar.
还吃的香的。
Dude, this bird is about to get a sugar rush.
看给我照的还好的很，看
Two
你看我跟你，
cans
你
of
看我跟他
sugar.
照的，我到手不敢给他了。
Drinking our water. Now he's drinking our water. For our third stop, we went to the Royal Botanical Gardens. The funny thing is, the first place we went to was a circular garden full of cactuses based from Africa. The Royal Botanical Garden was even bigger than Hyde Park, as it was a 74-acre botanical garden. It was also an event venue and public recreation area located at the Farm Cove on the eastern fringe of the Sydney Central Business District. Opened in 1816, the garden is the oldest scientific institution in Australia and one of the most important historical botanical institutions in the world. Then we finally made it to the most touristy site in the world, the Opera House. You know, what I love about traveling is the unpredictability of all of it. Certain things happen in between these touristy sites that you just can't predict. And I truly believe it's the things that happen in between all of these touristy sites that make the experience really, really special. Oh, and also midway through my walk to the Opera House, I came across this. What's this supposed to say?
Sorry?
What's this supposed to say?
It used to say pollination. Pollination?
Oh, I said pollination. I thought you said
Pol-
Poland. Okay.
Pollination.
Okay, I see.
And it's going to be changed to something different.
Oh, what is it going to be called now?
I'm embarrassed to tell you.
Wait, why are you embarrassed to tell me?
Well, ask somebody over there. I'm not going to say it to you.
Okay. Wait, what is it going to be called?
Bite me.
Bite me? Really? I'm just going to summarize because I don't know if you guys caught the whole thing. It used to be called pollination, but now they're calling it bite me. I had forgotten to bring my windscreen to the Opera House, so my audio was absolutely awful this entire time. Alright, so the game plan is to get down over this way so that I'll be facing, get down that way so that I'll be facing the sun when I'm taking a picture of the Opera House. Yeah, on the other side, I'm like, it's almost like a silhouette, like you can't see anything. So I'm gonna go this way. Okay, I'm definitely in the wind. So apparently we can't go up there, but I kind of want to just cross and like see what's going on. Okay, let me go take a look. Hi.
Hi.
Are we not allowed to be up here?
No, if you're not.
Finally, after all this, we went for lunch at Pancake on the Rocks. And this was a place that my cousin recommended, as well as many other travel advisory sites. Finally, time to eat. Alright, we just finished lunch and now we're going to the Contemporary Museum here. Those are drawn with newspapers. It's all Chinese contemporary art.
Oh, interesting. I wonder how they painted this and how they're going to take this away from him. Wow. 是用 UV light.
There's probably not that many Tesla stores in Australia, I'm guessing. There's a bunch in China, so you don't see this kind of lineup there. We completed our day by doing a bit of shopping. Alright, we're gonna do a bit of shopping and then we're gonna probably head back. My legs are kind of tired. And then going and having dinner with some of my cousin's friends in a super popular Shanghai restaurant.
澳大利亚还有 Nando's。
把我俩放在一块儿了。我天呀，好高兴！我俩放在一块儿了。
妈呀！仔细，紧张的呀。
This spot is so cramped. And that was pretty much the end of day 2 for us. So, day number 3. We got a late start because my aunt took a long time to figure out how to use her selfie stick, which she was quite proud of.
哎 ，OK， 好了。奶奶爷爷看。
看啥嘛？看你烧包的自拍杆啊！你看你那自拍杆有灯呢，哎，高兴的要死。
看我给你闪一下灯。
哎呦，有灯呢，哎，太厉害了。
Then we went to our first stop, Manly Beach.
Okay, so we're at the train station. We're going to Manly Beach. What are we doing after Manly Beach?
机场就终点是吧？
I have no idea.
We don't know what we're doing after Manly Beach. By the way, these subways have 2 floors, which is pretty cool. I mean, I haven't...
Really?
Okay, alright, fine, it's not that cool.
It's just that we don't have it in any other country.
No other countries, I think, have two-floor subways. Dude, you guys... How about countries? Nah, which countries?
No, I have no idea.
That doesn't help me. Alright, we're on the ferry now to go to Manly Beach. So here we go. As we were taking the ferry across the lake, we got to see Opera House for the one last time in all of its glory. It was kind of dirty. My first impression of Manly Beach was the amazing beach shore, but in addition to that, the huge amount of seagulls that came and tried to grab tourist food. So right now it's technically Australian winter. That's why all of us are too lazy to go out there. I mean, I've never surfed before. I do want to surf, but this is not the right time to start surfing. Back on the ferry, heading back to... At the end of the night, we ended up going to Darling Harbour, which had a number of really cool night attractions. Alright, we're going to Darling Harbour now. Yeah, that's where we're going. I mean, I don't really know what it's going to look like. I assume it's going to be a harbour. And it's going to be called Darling Harbour.
到了没有啊？是这个地方吗？
Darling Harbour.
是这个地方吗？ This is
Yo, let's walk through the steps with my camera. Oh my god, I'm scared. I'm scared. I'm walking on this little path thingy right here. This is what I'm walking on. Dude, I'm not Casey Neistat. I only have this one camera.
And that pretty much brought an end to the Sydney portion of our vacation. For me, beyond visiting all of the touristy sites, which is definitely fun, traveling allows you to learn more about the idiosyncrasies about the people you travel with, and sometimes things don't go right, like me forgetting to bring my windscreen at the Opera House, but sometimes that's just how the cookie crumbles. And I guess I am reminiscing a lot about what traveling was like before all of the COVID-19 pandemic, and what it will be after it. But I do truly believe that there will be some positive things that come out of this COVID-19 pandemic. Because of the current tourist downturn, travel and tourism players will soon realize they can no longer continue to grow on the same trajectory that they have this past decade. This will result in a significant power shift, in my opinion, with consumers now firmly in the driving seat. To survive for these travel and tourist players, there has to be a renewed emphasis on creating value and quality within the constraints and confines of a new post-COVID-19 playing field. I also certainly appreciate more from looking at my past clips how much of a luxury that traveling is, and the fact that the defining quality of life is its impermanence. Traveling is a luxury that most of us should cherish, and I think the COVID-19 pandemic is an excellent reminder.